Yo, what is good with you guys? It is your man's Monarch here, and we have finally had RWBY Volume 7, Chapter 8 finally land in the history books. And this was a rather non-action packed episode, not really a lot of fights to really go down here, basically kind of really just none at all. But we did have the two major events of that of the dinner at Schnee Manor and that of Weiss kind of snooping around the Schnee Manor to dig up some dirt on Jacque. Now, as for the dinner, we basically kind of have everyone staring down Ironwood, kind of questioning him on what's really going down, and the topic of trust being constantly blown in his face, even though, ironically enough, these three groups here are the most uninformed groups ever in this entire volume right now, because none of them really have that great a grasp on the truth, because our great intelligent main character, RWBY, is purposely choosing to be like, oh, hey, yeah, I could tell you, like, I mean, congrats on the election, but how did you win that? How did you win? Because when I was looking at that sexy scoreboard, it was showing me that I was about to hand you your icy ass, but somehow, some way, after the power went out, it came back on, all of a sudden, you holding a W, and you should have been holding that young L. Whoa, what happened? You want to tell me and the rest of the council what happened here? Like, those things could have easily been brought up, but they weren't. They were just too busy laying in the Ironwood over the matter of trust, but this entire party here has no reason to trust each other, given they're all on some shit that no one can really trust. Not even the people can trust. Because Ironwood can't really trust either the two of them because, well, Robin is stealing his shit he needs, and Jacque is pulling some shady shit with Watts and kind of also unknowingly Tyrion. Now, at this point, you're expecting Ironwood to just somehow break. His friend does just snap, like go into complete rage as they're getting into his ass about this. But no, like as this is going on, it's Winter that snaps. You kind of see it build up because you see her like tapping your finger the entire time on the table, just getting more and more irritated. Like, it's that kind of irritation of like, if this man don't shut up anytime soon, I'm about to fold his ass. He really about to get wrecked. He about to really get these hands. And in that moment, just Winter just snaps. Because as Jacque is just talking like, why should we trust you, man? Like, you've delivered nothing. Like, that murderer is still at large. Nothing for Mantle has been done. Like, the people are still kind of fucked down there, which is kind of interesting that Robin had brought out like the people of Atlas are actually suffering, but it was actually more so Mantle, as even Nora brought up when she started to lay in Ironwood last episode. But with all the things that are happening with Ironwood not getting most of the things done, like with the murders, the satellite launch, and him not telling anyone about anything that's going on with the satellite project, Winter just snapped. Winter just was like, no, I've had enough, and just bursts in rage, just looking at Jacque like, you cannot buy trust like you have everything else. And that kind of laid right into Jacque's hands there. She just got played. Just like, he has that epic evil smirk like everyone does in anime, except his mustache is kind of covering it. He's like, but he's like, that's exactly what I mean. Like, with as much as Ironwood has done, he hasn't got a lot of it done as of late. He's done all of these things, placed in all these curfews, and making everyone in Mantle kind of pissed, even though they kind of made it necessary by going on these riots. Ironwood, in their eyes, has had nothing to show for it. And that's a bit of the problem. And in this moment, that kind of shot down Winter. And before she could really counter, Ironwood tells her, like, hold on, Winter, that's enough. And at that point, Winter excuses herself from the party. Now, another issue I kind of have with this dinner is when Jacque brings up, oh, is it okay for us to have Penny here, you know, the one that slaughtered all those people back during that party down in Mantle? And Ironwood goes on to say, hey, yeah, nah, she's good. She's entirely innocent. All that footage, as we said before when we made that public statement, yeah, no, that footage, fake as hell, like on that fake leak shit. All of it, nah. However, yeah, they don't really kind of fly too well with that. And again, I really wish they would have just gone under the idea that was actually presented to me by my girlfriend. She literally basically said, hey, why not just give Penny another look? Like, just basically disguise her and basically stunt her deactivation. just make that fake ass like public move, that would have been like, oh hey, yeah, she's totally getting shut down, guys. In reality, behind the scenes, you basically disguised Penny. A lot of these characters standing on a moral high horse. So yeah, that I don't see it happening. If it does, that'd be great. I'd just love to see what kind of design that we go with later. But given the moral high horse here, yeah, that's not gonna happen. So we then take it to Weiss, who's kind of snooping around the Schnee manor to, dig up that young dirt on Jacque. Give them the good stories, give every kind of reporter the scoop on that good shit, And while she's digging through it all, we have an epic reveal. That's right, guys, we finally get the reveal of Willow Schnee. That moment, as she's living through after she got past Whitley, was going into her father's office and finally hearing the first words, "Oh, hello there," and basically turning around and just seeing her right there. That great reveal of Willow Schnee. Kinda have a bit of mixed feelings on after, thinking about the episode and discussing it with a former RWBY fan. Yeah, this is kind of a pretty meh reveal in the long term, and I'll explain why later. But, she finally has a talk with Weiss, her daughter. We get that mother-daughter kind of, conversation, a bit of, I want to say bonding, but it's rather eh. And from this, we kind of learn that she's placed up cameras all around the manor that even Jacque doesn't know about. And as much as he's locked down everything like his own computer, yeah, nah, even he has blind spots. Like, Willow basically, pulled the spider dude from Naruto back in part 1 and found, the blind spot of the Byakugan. It's just, basically, she just found it. It was like, I see you got them angles, but nah, found the blind spot, and has since then been putting up all these different cameras, in which, in case of, probably wanting to take down Jacque at some point. She doesn't really fully say that, but we could kind of assume that might be what they're going to be used for later. And then she tells Weiss there was a man that came by before, and it might be something that's causing our father to, basically go into something more dangerous than he realizes. In which we can kind of go in and see why that might be the case, because given how Sly Watts is, and given, everyone working for Salem, we can easily kind of run to the conclusion that someone's gonna betray Jacque, and they're gonna leave his ass for dead. They're just really about to, well, we're done with you, we don't need you anymore, you're done, and they might cut ties with him in a way that might just leave him gone like Lionheart around the end of Volume 5. But I don't want to give that assumption, because they leave a lot of dick characters alive for a while, a la Adam, who finally met his end at the end of Volume 6. But that's on one thing. Now, at this point, Weiss now takes a bit of knowledge from this and looking at the camera footage and questioning who is the man that Jacque has been speaking with. Like, who has he been, in cahoots with to run shit to his design and landed him the election W at this point. Now, she also leaves Weiss with one thing. Her mother also says, whatever happens, don't forget about your brother. Now, Weiss is like, but he wants nothing to do with me, though. Like, what's the point? Willow responds on this and saying, hey, yeah, that's exactly the point. He doesn't want anything to do with you, because you left him alone with us. That kind of sets up this thing where we might see, another side of Whitley that we just don't know about, and his personal take on everything that's been happening. The problem with that is just one major thing. If he really had any of these issues, all of these issues that Weiss and Winter have, if he really just didn't want to deal with it anymore and didn't want to be left dealing with Jacque's shit, then someone please in the comments that has more knowledge than me. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of you guys out there that have more knowledge than me. Please tell me, why was it that this man basically did not just, try to tag along with Weiss in leaving Atlas during Volume 4? During Volume 4 and 5. Why did Whitley just not, try to tag along with Weiss so he could get out of Atlas and leave? I mean, not try to really go directly with Weiss, and where she would go later, because, not even gonna lie, Raven probably would have had his ass killed at some point. If, they both got kidnapped by, Raven's people. Yeah, no, I just feel like without any sort of combat skills, that man is certifiably dead. But two of us just escaped somewhere else just to have like gotten somewhere out in Mistral or somewhere back in like whatever was left of Beacon at the time, just somewhere where he would just not have to deal with Jacque again if there was really this bit of thing where he was feeling that he did not want to be left with it. If that was the case, why didn't he just leave? Hell, at this point, I'm kind of now questioning after talking to other RWBY fans, like, why didn't Willow leave at this point now? Why are they still there? Because we also get a bit of insight as to what happened with Klein. He was let go. I mean, he didn't just, walk out on his own, but at least he's now away from this. My thoughts to that are pretty much, it was found out that he had something to do with, like, helping Weiss leave. He probably got caught on that shit from all the cameras, and he was, like, probably seen, and was like, yeah, nah, you help Weiss escape, you get your ass out, you're fired, goodbye, you are done. So that's probably how it all went down, probably somewhere in the midst of Volume 4 and 5 that this happened. Honestly, with this episode, I will say this. I will definitely say that. This should have honestly had been a Ironwood / Weiss alone. Like, literally alone. You could have, like, Winter, Penny there, that's cool. We really did not need the other members of Team RWBY and the members of Team Juniper there. We literally did not. I feel like there was some other way they could have gotten past Whitley. I mean, don't get me wrong, that was funny on how they, like, basically got Whitley to move and basically, like, stacking up this whole Scooby-Doo, like, plate of food and then having Nora just kind of, like, pretend to slip and just toss it right up in the air. I thought it would just basically hit Whitley directly, but no, it just like hits another chick that's in front of him, and she just ended up like splashing her drink onto Whitley. Like, that was actually pretty clever, that was pretty funny. But honestly, there was more than likely another way to have gotten past Whitley and found another direction like up the stairs, because as long as like Weiss just lived there, she had to have known some other directions. But I guess that probably was just all in favor of just having something for them to do. But honestly, in my opinion, we just did not need the rest of Team RWBY and Team Juniper there. But that's gonna do it for me. Tell me, what do you guys think of this episode? What do you guys think of Chapter 8? What are your thoughts on the whole dinner at the Schnee manor with everyone kind of laying in the Robin? Well, not laying into Robin, but laying into Ironwood. What are you guys' thoughts on the moment where Winter kind of just snaps and their conversation later on, like, between Penny and Winter on, her staying in line versus her speaking with her heart? What are you guys' thoughts on the Winter Schnee, not Winter Schnee reveal, but the Willow Schnee reveal? It's kind of like in my mind right now. But what are your thoughts on the Willow Schnee reveal? Honestly, in my opinion, we could have had this saved for Volume 4. We really could have. This could have been used way sooner, like far sooner in Volume 4, because we could have had this moment. Like, hear me out. We could have had this moment where, she's trying to leave, we get that scene where like, Weiss is trying to like leave Atlas and reunite with her team. And all of a sudden, we see like Willow in a bad state and she's like, oh, wait, shit. But my mom though, we could have had something like that to where it's like, I don't want to leave my mom. I don't fully see how that could have happened back then, but I feel like this could have been a good scene to have, where she's kind of questioning back and forth, like, should I leave? I know I have to, but my mom, though. Honestly, I could have felt like that should have been used as Willow Schnee's reveal, rather than waiting for this to basically have her just only kind of here to tell Weiss, hey, yeah, there was another man here, and we obviously know, like, we as the viewers know, it's another member of Salem's crew, but for the RWBY team to figure out, oh, yeah, this person's working with Salem and shit. Honestly, we could have just used Willow's reveal all the way back then instead of now, but hey, better late than never. Tell me what you guys think on the Willow Schnee reveal. And what do you guys think on that last comment made about Whitley on, oh, you left Whitley alone with us, and that's why he just kind of had like wants nothing to do with you. But honestly, I don't see any way that we're gonna get like another side to Whitley, and if we do, I'm really not about to take that seriously. I really wouldn't. And let me know any of your other thoughts on this episode. That's gonna do it for me. If you guys want more updates on the channel after the video ends, please do me a favor, follow me on Twitter, and you'll get more updates beyond this video, the next, and so on and so forth. Also, don't forget to follow me on Twitch. I'm doing a lot of live streams there, streaming a variety of different games. They're freaking amazing right now. Also, at that point, I'll be leaving both of those, my Twitter and Twitch. Links to those in the description below. And until next time, guys, I will see you later.